back to another awesome video, and today's TV show review was requested to me by Tom, and today's TV show review is going to be of Power Rangers Wild Force. So Power Rangers Wild Force came out in 2002. This was the second or third Disney era installment of the Power Rangers series. We'll talk about that in a second, but this time we have a group of Rangers that are pretty much already formed as a team, or a squadron, if you will, of individuals throughout the world that have come together. They need this new Red Ranger to help lead the team, and they have to work together to kind of basically put their differences aside and say, hey, you know what? We could use your help. We'll help protect the environment and protect the Earth. So this series is directed by people like, I think it was Koshi Takamoto and Terry Withrow, and many more. It's funny how I haven't done a Power Rangers review since I did my review of SPD back on my older channel.
Power Rangers, SPD, Power Rangers to the rescue.
At any given point we talk about the Disney Power Rangers, you're gonna hear me say this very often, and that is, there was a point in time during the late 90s into the early 2000s, Saban basically gave up the rights to Power Rangers, and Disney required those rights. I think this was still the same time that Michael Eisner was CEO of Disney, but all I know is that whoever was CEO at the time decided, hey, let's buy Power Rangers. And from 2000 or 2001 to 2009, Disney was like the kind of the cool uncle of the Power Rangers era and timeline, if you will. And looking back, it's kind of ironic how much, and not how similar, but how much there is this irony that both Wild Force and the predecessor before this series, Time Force, which by the way, they had such an awesome crossover with Time Force and Wild Force coming together, and it was just cool seeing that team because Time Force is one of the best Power Rangers series of all time. But what's funny about those two series, about both of them, is you have a female Ranger that is kind of the leader and kind of acts like we don't need a Red Ranger, but then all of a sudden the new recruit, the new rookie that is the Red Ranger, joins the team, and they grow together as like a team, and not only that, they grow as a family. And then speaking of the Red Ranger, Cole, I want to say his name was Cole Evans. There is definitely a lot, we'll go into him later on, but as a character, I think he kind of resembles a little bit like, has that Tarzan type of vibe to him, but it kind of fits him because he is familiar with the jungle, he is very caring, he's very honest, he's very noble, sympathetic towards animals, fish out of water. He's discovering who he truly is and things about himself that he didn't know, like the fact about his parents being dead and the main villain, Master Orc, kind of having some sort of play in all of it. Gentle, but he's also, he wants to kind of speak with his mind and speak with his heart, because the first thing he does when he encounters like the bad guys, these things called orcs, he's like, let's not fight, but unfortunately he has to resort to violence. So that it kind of shows that he has a soft side for the world.
I can't hear anything. You don't have a heart. Why are you doing this?
Because orgs exist for only one reason: to destroy and wreak havoc.
And let me just get this out of the way. There are some amazing moments from this series. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's the crossover with Time Force and Wild Force. I think that was just so cool. You know, they traveled to the past. Mutants escaped from their timeline, so now there's Mutant Orc. One of the most infamous and iconic moments from this series is the Forever Red crossover, where they basically just gathered a bunch of Red Rangers and had them fight the Machine Empire, which was so awesome and has such memorable moments.
So that was Tommy. He really is the greatest Ranger.
Right.
What? What did you say?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. After all, I was the one that replaced him.
Are you kidding me? I was the one doing all the work while he was at the juice bar kissing on Kimberly.
All right, well, at least his haircut's regulation then, right?
My Q-Rex would eat his dragon sword for lunch. Yeah!
Gave us one of the best 6 Ranger members in the form of Merrick, aka the Lunar Wolf Silver Ranger. The Megazords were cool and creative, such memorable ones like the Predazord and the Congo Zord, and even the Falcon Zord, I think it was, own other Megazord, which was cool. There are some other nice moments like the Yellow Ranger, aka Taylor, we get an idea of who she was before she joined Wild Force or joined the Animarium, which is like this giant floating island that's considered a myth, kind of like unicorns or dragons in this world, and even some others. Max, who's the youngest of their group, trying to not be a kid anymore sort of thing, and Alyssa's the more sensitive, and Danny's the very kind of like strong brute but kind of has like a gentle side. So there are like nice moments like that. There are things that I'm reminded of I don't like at the same time. Some of the orcs aren't really my favorites, if I'm being honest. Like, I do like Jindrax, I do like, I forgot the other girl's name at the moment, but I like the duo between the two of them. They're kind of like the comic relief. And Master Orc is a great, powerful presence and a powerful villain, but I think he does not match when it comes to iconic Power Ranger villains with the likes of, say, Lord Zed or Reed Repulsa or Astronema, Divatox or Daishi. If anything, I love Zanaku out of all the villains because he's just not only the most coolest one of all of them, and I feel like there's so much darkness to him, but there's so much hatred courses through my veins like venom, edginess to him, but also there is sort of tragedy to him because he is connected, without kind of giving away, he is connected to Merrick, aka the Lunar Wolf Ranger, aka the Silver Ranger, and that dynamic is perfect too. Plus, Zanaku is just one of my favorite Power Ranger villains, and I just love him. How much he really just crushes the Rangers and solos the Rangers just shows how great of a villain he is. Back to what my main point was, which is some of the orcs I really don't like. There's this one specific Duke orc that shows up. He's kind of obnoxious. I don't like his voice. I don't like how he shows up and tries to be all high and mighty and basically dethrone Master Orc and basically say you're weak, even though there is some truth to that lie a little bit, but I don't like him. And plus, the biggest thing that kind of diminishes this series is its message and this character named Kite, who winds up being this deity known as Animus. So their whole environment thing and protecting animals, conservation, the environment, protect the environment, that's a great message. That is a really sentimental message, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it does hit you in the head too many times. I get it that sometimes these shows are trying to aim for a young audience, but I feel like this is a series that is not always the case because Power Rangers has some really dark moments for a kid's show. So I feel like that kind of happens, but mainly the big issue is the character that is Animus, because he is so easily manipulated and he's so easily gullible because he easily thinks that the bad guys are the good guys and the Power Rangers are the bad guys. And it makes no sense because he's the one that helps the Rangers, and yes, he helps both sides of both parties, and he understands that both kind of are causing trouble for the environment, but it's so stupid. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I do like Wild Force, I am reminded that this kid kind of really does so much that I don't like in this series, to the point where I almost not hate it, but it really hurts the show's structure and it really hurts the flow at times.
Humans had taken better care of their worlds, orcs never would have appeared. We are their creation, and we are not to be blamed for this terrible mess.
Plus, the kid actor really is not making it for me at times, and I don't want to go into too much about it, but it's hard to really talk about this series because of Cole Evans' actor, because I don't know if he's dead now, but he has been in prison, or he was in prison at one point for, I think he either or he someone. Either way, it's not a good look for this show, unfortunately, and it's kind of frowned upon, which obviously, but it's kind of hard when you have someone like that. But I will at least give Wild Force, I will give it, on a scale from 1 to 10, I will give it at least an 8 out of 10. So thank you, Tom, for this request. I know this is a long awaited request, but I finally got to it, and hopefully all of you else have enjoyed. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every week. Share the video with family and friends, all that good stuff and more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll look to do as best as possible. I'm gonna try and get some more requests in. I'm gonna try and get in some other ideas I have in mind and some other projects and some other things along the way that are movie related, TV show related, top 10s, all the great stuff and more. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time.